In the WWE, there are a lot of things that are unnoticed and kept secret. So in today's video, we're going over 10 of these secrets and lesser known things about some WWE superstars. Number 10, Becky Lynch's actual Smackdown debut in 2014. Becky made her first appearance as Becky Lynch on Smackdown in 2015. However, that was not her first overall appearance on the blue brand. Becky Lynch actually appeared on SmackDown in 2014 as a member of Adam Rose's Rosebuds. Becky can be seen all dressed up and hidden in the crowd of Rosebuds. No one really knew who Becky was at the time, so it was quite easy to make her part of this group of extras. Becky Lynch wasn't the only one to make her first appearance as a Rosebud. Carmella and Braun Strowman were also seen several times as part of the Rosebud group during the early WWE days. Number 9, epic matchup between Nakamura and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar and Nakamura have both been on the WWE roster for a long time now, but have never faced off against each other one-on-one in a WWE ring. However, go back to 2006. Lesnar and Nakamura actually had a crazy match for New Japan Wrestling. Brock Lesnar was just about 29 years old at the time, and Nakamura was about 26 years old. So they were both in their prime for this match, and it was a classic. Number 8, WWE Superstars who didn't turn out to have the best NFL careers. WWE isn't many people's first choice when it comes to careers. A lot of WWE Superstars began their careers in the NFL, playing football, but when they couldn't make the team or were just struggling to get adjusted to that career, that led them right into the wrestling business. Let's take a look at those superstars who were forced to walk away from the NFL. Goldberg was drafted in the NFL in 1990. Goldberg actually did quite well. Injury, unfortunately, ended his football career sooner than expected. However, it wasn't the end for Goldberg because his career would reach new heights when he debuted for WCW just a few short years later. Baron Corbin declared himself for the 2009 NFL Draft, but unfortunately went undrafted, meaning that no team drafted him on that draft day. However, Corbin still landed a spot on the Arizona Cardinals practice team, but was unfortunately released from the team in 2011. Corbin then signed with NXT a year later, and the rest became WWE history. Roman Reigns was also involved in the NFL for a brief period of time. Roman went undrafted in the 2007 NFL Draft. He was eventually picked up by the Minnesota Vikings and spent some time with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but was also cut from those teams and joined NXT shortly after that. Even Brock Lesnar wasn't cut out from the NFL life. Brock Lesnar joined his hometown team of the Minnesota Vikings, but had a hard time getting adjusted and couldn't make the team. Brock would later find success in the UFC and would return to the WWE a few years after that. Number 7. On the flip side, some of the WWE women were also involved with some big NFL and NBA sports organizations. So let's take a look at that. Naomi was a cheerleader for the NBA's Orlando Magic for quite some time. Carmella was also a cheerleader for 2 historic franchises in sports history. Carmella was a cheerleader for both the Los Angeles Lakers and the New England Patriots. Carmella still considers herself close to these teams after all the time she spent working for them. Former superstar Layla was also a cheerleader for the Miami Heat. Stacy Keibler was also a cheerleader for the Baltimore Ravens as well. Alexa Bliss wasn't a cheerleader for a huge sports organization, but was a cheerleader for her local school in Akron, Ohio. Number 6, the youngest WWE champions ever. Everyone knows it's not easy to win WWE championships, especially early on in your career. So it's definitely not something to overlook and is quite the accomplishment. For men, Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar were some of the youngest WWE champions ever. Randy Orton was 24 years old when he won his first WWE championship, and Brock was just about 25 years old. However, for the women, it's not even close. Paige is one of the youngest WWE champions ever at just 21 years old. Number 5. Neville and his Mighty Mouse gimmick. Neville is now making a name for himself on AEW. But before AEW, there was some serious discussion about Neville having a superhero gimmick in WWE, since people backstage thought he looked like the Mighty Mouse superhero. He would later turn down this rumored gimmick, said it was false. Neville would still end up wearing a cape to the ring in WWE, but he said that gimmick was just a false rumor. Number 4, Liv Morgan's hidden tattoo that resembles AJ Lee's tattoo. When AJ Lee won the Divas title, it was one of the best days of her life, and was a day that she was looking forward to for so long. AJ would get that date tattooed on her back of her neck, so that she'll never forget it. Well, Liv Morgan actually did a very similar thing to AJ. Liv has the date that she debuted on the main roster also tattooed on the back of her neck because of how much that day meant to her. Number 3, the power of the WWE referee. It may be a predetermined sport, but the referees play such a huge role in the live action of the show. They always have an earpiece that connects to the people backstage, and the ref will give the superstars information on how much time is left in the match and when to start wrapping things up. The referee also holds the power to 2 big signals, one being the X, which stands for an actual real injury, and the other being another signal that will be an indicator to either turn the arena lights down or cut the TV feed, just in case of a serious accident. Number 2, the oldest superstar to ever compete in a match and win that match is Mae Young. Mae Young defeated Layla back in 2010 during Raw. She was 87 years old at the time. Number 1, Alexa Bliss's back tattoos and piercings. When you first look at Alexa Bliss, you won't easily notice it, but she's actually covered in countless tattoos and piercings. Alexa just got several more piercings done in her ear and said that it was painful as well. On top of her ear piercings, you also have to remember that she has her belly button pierced as well as her lower back that also has 2 more piercings. Following that up, Alexa also has all of her tattoos. She has an ankle tattoo that matches with her best friend. She has one on her side that says, "I am enough," which is a callback to when she was struggling with her own self-image and perception. She has the words, "I love you," written across her chest in her mother's handwriting as a constant reminder of her mom. Alexa has the Disney World coordinates also tattooed on her, since that's her favorite place in the world. And most recently, Alexa has gotten some huge artwork done across her back. The artwork is another callback to her difficult time in the hospital. Her hospital room was decorated with Tinkerbell items, so there's a few Peter Pan stars on her back, along with a hidden Mickey Mouse logo as well. That about sums up these secrets and lesser known things about some of your favorite superstars. If you learned something new, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.